We are live and in color. Namm show, post reaction, or what do you want to call it, the Namm 2024 hangover. So I thought it was a decent show. I didn't think there were very many surprises at all. There was a couple, but nothing that really blew me away. It was just, you know, they released everything the week before that was surprising. Obviously, Korg had the biggest showing of all, with a ton of product drops, which was very cool. I mean, I was surprised to see not a lot of other synthesizer companies there. It was strange, actually. It was a strange show because everyone was saying it was going to be the best show of all time, but I don't know. I had a good time breaking it down, looking at it, did the live stream. You know, it was pretty good. It didn't have any surprises though. Nothing really surprised me from that show. Like I said, there was a lot of synthesizer companies missing. I don't know where Sequential was. I don't know where Moog was. They never come, but you would have thought under the new InMusic brand they would have showed up to at least demo some of the new softwares like the Mariana or their new Moog Polysynth they got coming out, or actually their Moog Labyrinth, their semi-modular synthesizers they got coming out. So I would have liked to see Moog there. They didn't show up. I would have liked to see Sequential there, but I guess they got no products in the works or whatever, so that was disappointing a little bit. I would have liked to seen Novation there, maybe with some products, or maybe I was missing it. I don't know. Maybe they were there. Like I said, I wasn't there. I just spent yesterday pretty much scouring all the videos I could find related to Namm, and I didn't think I saw Dreadbox. I don't think was there. I don't think Arturia had anything there, or maybe if they were there, a lot of the synthfluencers that were filming content didn't go to those booths or something, but I didn't see them there. I didn't see ROLAND. ROLAND wasn't there. Very strange, actually. So, ROLAND, Sequential, Novation, Moog, Behringer, Arturia, Dreadbox, none of them were there. As far as I can see, I didn't see any videos from them, so if you don't see videos, they're not there. If a tree falls in the woods and no one's around to hear it, you weren't there. Unless, I also thought something was strange too. You know, that guy Venus Theory and Ben Jordan seemed to be posting a bunch of road trip pictures on the way to Namm and Anaheim, California. They didn't release very much content, so maybe they're going to do something special with a lot of the big companies. I don't know. It was interesting, to say the least. But the thing was, everything was released the week before, so we didn't really get any huge surprises at all. I think one of the cool videos in the live stream I did the other day was Stylophone's, man, I can never remember the name of their drone synthesizer. I think it's the CPM DS2 or something like that, and then they had their Theremin, which the Theremin little box I thought was cool. It was a lot bigger than I thought, and I think it's a cool little thing to add to your setup if you want to just make some cool spooky sounds, sci-fi sounds, and it only costs like 120 bucks or something. That's nothing. So that was cool. What else did I think was cool? Korg, I love the PS 3300, although $13,000, like I said in my video. I can buy a motorcycle, I can buy a Sea-Doo, and I can buy 3 or 4 Behringer synthesizers. Actually, I can probably maybe buy the whole Behringer synthesizer collection, actually, now that I think about it. Is it possible that you could buy every single Behringer synthesizer for the price of the Korg PS 3300? That could be a possibility. I'd like to see a comparison. If I had tons of money, I would buy every Behringer synthesizer, and I would buy the Korg PS 3300 and have them next to each other and be like, I mean, look at this. Come on, man. Korg, are you really ripping people off that bad that you're going to sell a synthesizer for $13,000? Unless it's just like a piece of artwork and they got a couple millionaires who are going to buy this thing. But who's buying a $13,000 synthesizer? Also, I guess what's the Moog 1 goes for 10 grand? Are you going to buy the Moog 1 for 10 grand? I mean, geez. These days, with all the epic synthesizers out there, nobody's buying a Moog 1. And if you are buying a Moog 1, you lost your mind, I think. You severely lost your mind. So, Namm was cool, but they had this other thing. I've been seeing some videos cropping up yesterday from Buchla and Friends, called BAF, Buchla and Friends, and I've seen some Ricky Tenaz was there with Electron. they didn't have anything new except for their chrome digitac digitones, and then they had the what is it, the rhythm Mark II, whatever that's called, the Electron Rhythm Mark II. They had that there, but nothing really special. Those chrome boxes look very cool. I thought they were cool. Korg had a couple new mixers which were cool. I don't know how relevant they are. Like I was saying in the live stream, I'd like to see a company break out a mixer that's specifically and strictly made for synthesizers, you know, only to synthesizer players, you know. That would be cool to me. There was one company I thought I saw, but the thing was so expensive again, like $6,000-$7,000, man. I mean, who can, I guess if you're a hobbyist like us, I think you guys in the chat, what do you guys think of Namm? If you got anything to post, I mean, throw it in the chat there. I think us synthesizer hobbyists, it's hard to have respect for a company that releases a $13,000 synthesizer, I guess. Because even the pros, let's be honest, a lot of the pros are making, they're using software and a MIDI controller. Now by pro, I guess you want to say pop pro, but a lot of them are using it, and then a lot of them are going to digital to add effects and everything like that. I guess I'm kind of old school, new school, middle of the school, where I like using guitar pedals for a lot of the effects, but I'm not a pro. I'm a hobbyist. Some troll the other day threw a comment in one of my old videos. He was like, "Oh man, I had to turn off," or no, let's do the troll voice. "I had to turn off your video after 2 minutes because you kept looking at your computer screen. Amateur hour." And I was like, I am an amateur, but don't you know, player? Olympic athletes are amateurs too. So figure that out. And I am an amateur. I'm proud to be an amateur. I like it. And I guess he kind of missed the point where the Synth Samurai tries to be in the show with you and look at the computer screen, which I'm playing the video for you, and we're watching it together. So I guess that kind of went over his head a little bit. But anyways, troll's gonna troll. And I just don't understand why trolls, what's up with negative comments? Just take it easy, man, and chill. Like, if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't you remember what your grandma used to tell you? If you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say it at all. Sometimes you say a lot more by keeping your mouth shut. But anyways, let's go back to Namm. Namm was cool, and the Bukla and Friends was cool. There's probably some more videos going to come out tomorrow with Bukla and Friends. I'll check that out. We'll see what happens. And the Behringer news was pretty cool. Behringer dropped, during this thing, they dropped 3 synthesizers. Updates, I guess. They dropped the UBX, which a lot of people have been anticipating, which is a cool synthesizer. I don't understand why you would do a UBXA and a UBX, but one of the samurais kindly enlightened me to the fact that the UBX is a much more capable synthesizer, and to a lot of people sounds a lot better. So I guess that's why they dropped that. Then they also dropped the hint for the JT16, which is the Jupiter 8 clone with 8 extra voices and polyphonic aftertouch and some more goodies that they haven't really released yet, but I'm sure. And it looks beautiful. It looks amazing. That's kind of, I don't think the UBXA looks good at all. I think it's kind of an ugly synthesizer, to be honest. But I do think the JT16 is a beautiful synthesizer because I like the color scheme. I like the oranges, the greens, the grays in there. I think it's a super cool color scheme. So they dropped the JT16. And then yesterday or last night, I did a video that they did the RD78, the ROLAND CR78 old school drum machine from better known hits as In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins, Blondie, Genesis used it. So it's in a lot of old school synthesizers. And one of the boys, Richie Rich, he was like, "Man, if you want to buy that RD78, don't do it. Go buy some bongos from Sweetwater." And I was like, "Buy some bongos from Sweetwater?" I was like, "I guess there's bongos in that thing, but I mean, I listened to some experimental stuff from Heimbeck, who had it in one of his videos, and he played some tunes with the, I guess it was the software for the CR78, man, and it sounded awesome. So I'll probably pick that up. I think that's going to, like, maximum price on that is going to be $249 because it's in the same form factor as the TR3 or the TD3 and the RD6. So they're ready to roll with that. They're just taking some comments from some customers on their Facebook page right now, asking everybody if they want some different color schemes, kind of like they did with the RD6 and the TD3. They did a bunch of different colors. I kind of like the old school color scheme, but they'll probably do some extra colors just because that's what people are into. And Behringer listens to their customers, and they're for their customers and they do what their customers want. So that's cool. So we had 3 synthesizers from Behringer. I think everyone's really excited for the LmDrum. And if I was to put my finger on it, the LmDrum release is going to be probably summer or fall, I would guess. But we also got the BMX, the Oberheim DMX clone coming too. So they got some drum machines in the works, but I think we're going to get the RD78 clone of Roland CR78. That's going to drop probably pretty soon. I would say in the next 3 months, maybe. Let's say spring, that thing will pop. But they're ready with some things, man. I think they're also working on behind the scenes. They're working on the Behringer Spice, which is the Moog Subharmonicon clone, to go with your Behringer Edge and the... Yeah, I'm holding it for the LmDrum too. But I mean, if that RD78 comes in at like $199, I might pick it up just to give it a shot. We'll see what happens. But I think I'm excited for the Spice to come out, and then if the Spice comes out, I'll do the triple purchase of the Crave, the Edge, and the Spice. A lot of people have been saying, I think my wife there the other day, she was like, how many things are you gonna buy? I'm watching your streams and you keep saying you're gonna buy synthesizers. And the thing is, I want to buy them all, just like you guys. I'm sure you guys are like, man, I'm gonna buy that. I'm like, I'm gonna buy that too, but sometimes so many things are coming that you just got to chill out and relax. And when the moment is right and the feeling is good, you just hit buy on your cart. So man, I think that was cool. Namm 2024, I want to give it a rating. I would give it a rating of 6 out of 10. Only because the prizes to me, and maybe that's because I follow along to everything. I'm a synth news addict, so I knew everything that was coming minus a few things. So I wasn't surprised. Top winner from Namm is obviously Korg. Biggest losers from Namm, Moog, Sequential, Arturia, and ROLAND. None of them showed up. Why didn't ROLAND show up? Did they have no products to showcase? Where was Arturia? Or are they under the understanding that Namm is just a lot of squeeze for a little bit of juice? Yeah, Namm was weak sauce. I thought it was weak sauce too. You know what? I'm revising. 6 out of 10, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. Because now that I think about it, it was very weak sauce, actually. 0 surprises. And do you want to know what? I even thought the content was weak sauce. What did you think? The only content I thought was any good was Sonic State, which I covered. They had an army of people there doing videos. Dade Wee was there, but hers seemed more live streams. Cuckoo was there. Didn't see any content for him besides the Korg PS3300. Venus Theory and Ben Jordan were there, but they were just rock and rolling, probably partying like crazy. So they didn't get no content out. Who else was there? No content. Well, I think I'm going to go next year, man. I'm going to go next year, and I am going to probably do something a little different than everyone else. I'm going to do the content that I would want to see. So I'm going to go there as if I was watching and what I want to see there. So Samurai TV will be showing up and doing Namm 2025, and I'm going to do some more interesting content. And you know what? There's obviously a lot of racket in there too, so that kind of makes it hard to really hear a lot of the machines when they're just playing it through speakers in the background. I don't know, it's hard to listen to. A couple of the guys had the headphones and stuff, and they played it through the headphones they must have had an audio setup going with one of those Zoom recorders, so that was cool. So yeah, I'll give Namm 2024 a 4 out of 10 due to no surprises, none of the big dogs there. Disappointing. And now we're going to move on from that, and we are going to set our sights on Behringer and all the news coming out from Behringer, which 3 synthesizers in the last few days, updates, no releases, just updates, but we like updates. And then we're going to be moving on to the tsunami wave of synthesizers from Behringer coming in the next week. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen, we're hitting cruising altitude here. Put it in cruise control and sit back for the rest of the drive with you guys. Sorry if the stream is a little bit out of whack, but you know, that's the way it is. when you're doing live streams. They all took notes from Behringer, yeah. Why do you think nobody showed up? I mean, even Ricky Tenez, no one even covered Electron in, no one covered Electron in the Namm show. They just covered in the Buchla & Friends. So is Buchla & Friends trying to steal the thunder from Namm? I don't know. Maybe this was just Namm turning into that old school style trade show that, to be honest, these days, if I was going to put on a trade show-esque style thing, I think these days you got to make it more fun, make it more creator friendly, because obviously everything should be set up to help creators get their stuff on the internet, because then that's how they market and advertise to people like you and I. And I don't think the booths were set up for that. I don't think they had the audio in, audio outs to get the creators to patch in so they could get good, clear sound. I don't think there was enough fun events going on. I think Cuckoo did a show down the road somewhere, maybe at some brewery or some gymnasium, or I don't know, some veterans hall or something, where he did a little show for everybody. Didn't see any content, so maybe that'll come out later, because I know all the boys like to go in there, and girls, and edit their stuff to pieces and chop it up, because all the ADHD YouTube viewers out there can't stick around for more than a minute and a half, 2 minutes. It seems like 2 minutes, like, I guess I'm guilty of it too, but I like to consume long form stuff. What do you guys think? I mean, but man, the chop edits, that whole Mr. Beast, chop it up, edit it to all ends of the earth, and then put it out. I'm not into that stuff. I like the genuine, raw, real time, IRL, in real lifestyle stuff. So that's why I think Behringer Palooza would be a super hit. If Behringer did the Behringer Palooza, which we can revisit and talk about, where they would show up with all their gear, creator friendly, let everyone come and jam, let people get up on stage, have jam sessions, creator friendly, patch right in, Behringer Palooza. I mean, even Moog, Sequential, where were they? Somebody has to tell me, where was Moog, where was Sequential, where was Arturia, where was ROLAND, where was Dreadbox? Where were they? Yeah, I hear you, man. I'm not a boycotter, because Namm gave us some content. Thank you to Sonic State for giving basically all the content out there for Namm, because it seems like it was... Where was Andertons? Where was Andertons? Didn't see them anywhere. They're usually with their Lukey boy from Korg. No Andertons, unless all these guys went in and filled content, and they're going to highly edit it and put it out post-production, post-show. We'll see today what comes out. We'll see today. But I'm all aboard the Behringer train now, baby. Choo-choo! Let's go! Because I think they're coming with something, because they put out a couple things, but nothing serious. What's happening, people? What's going on? On the way to work? I wish it was Saturday. Yeah, In Music blew it, man. In Music should have had a booth. Did AKS even have a booth there? I thought I saw the AKS guy there, but I didn't see any content from AKS. I mean, they should have had the MPC 37 key there. Where was that? I just don't understand, man. I don't know what was going on with this Namm. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, and you guys are kind of like refreshing my memory, where was everybody? Where were the influencers? And where were the synth regulars? And where were the big dogs? Nobody was there. Shocking. Absurd. But I'm gonna change that next year, man. If I can round up some cash, I'll get the Mrs. Katanas in the alien head there, and I'm gonna pick up one of these. If you guys haven't checked it out, go check out this camera. It's called the DJI Pocket 3, I think it is. Or anyways, look up DJI Pocket 2 or 3 camera, and if you want to make content, this thing is out of this world. I think it's $6.99 for the creator package. Comes with 2 microphones, and I'm going to save up now and pick that beauty up because that thing is absolutely epic. I'm going to take that with me, get the missus into alien costume to film the content, and it's going to be better, man. There just wasn't enough good content this year. Sonic State had the only thing worth talking about, and like we said, we covered all that. And you know who won? You know who won Namm this year? Behringer won Namm this year. I know. YouTube. It's just shocking to me, man, that in this day and age, you got some synthfluencers running around who are obviously getting paid to do this stuff, and they're filming these shaky. I can't talk because I'm coming from the poor man's world, so I'm still using my iPhone attached to the window of my car to film a live stream. But I will upgrade soon enough because we're constantly evolving. And you got these shaky cameras, and it's just not what it should be, baby. It should be better. It's got to be better. So Synth Samurai TV next year, Namm 2025, unless Behringer Palooza sponsors me to do their Behringer Palooza 2025. I'll do that, man. I'll prepare the whole thing for free. The whole thing for free. So Behringer and Patchdog, reach out, man. I'll prepare and organize that whole thing for free. Behringer Palooza 2025, and we'll show everybody actually what one of these trade shows should be. And we won't call it a trade show, we'll call it a party, because that's what it should be. Anyways, gotta go to work. Thanks for joining me for that Synth Car Live. Take it easy. We'll be back later on because I'm preparing a video called Behringer Derangement Syndrome, the clinical diagnosis for all those out there